Nomadic Empires are coming to Stellaris, and the devs just revealed how they actually work. Arkships that have special powers, mobile shipyards that replaces starbases, cloaked waystations that secretly siphon resources from other empires' territory, and a new mechanic that may allow you to create hyperlanes. This isn't a minor DLC feature, this is an entirely different way to play Stellaris, so let me break down everything we know. Quick report from High Command before we dive deeper. Most of you watching aren't officially enlisted yet. If this run gives you ideas for your own games, subscribe and join our navy. Now, Arkships, they are the core of Nomadic Empires. Instead of choosing habitability at the game start, you choose which Arkship type to begin with: civilian, scientific, or military. Each has 3 upgradable tiers with unique modifiers and features. Every type is visually and mechanically distinct. We only have full details on the scientific Arkship so far, but the standout feature is the deep scan at tier 2, which we'll cover in the fleet order section. Regardless of the type, all Arkships share 4 core functions. They carry your colonies, they act as mobile shipyards since you don't have starbases, they come equipped with strikecraft and point defense from the start, and they enable unique fleet orders. Throughout the game, you can research additional Arkship classes and technologies that let you build new Arkships and upgrade existing ones to higher tiers. I would expect a cap on total Arkships, otherwise this scales out of control, but the devs haven't confirmed one yet. Nomadic Empires start with the Arkship development agenda, replacing the infinite opportunities. It gives plus 25% progress towards the Arkship construction technology, which I believe is the prerequisite for building additional Arkships. One concern though, the agenda has 133-month launch time, which is standard for most agendas, but that likely means a normal 30-year cooldown, not a reduced cooldown that Ascension agendas get. Rushing the Arkship construction technology through other means will be very important. Based on the tech cost shown in the screenshot, Arkship construction appears to be tier 4, which is expensive, but the techs unlocking other Arkship types are cheaper at roughly tier 3, which suggests you can diversify your Arkship fleet before you can mass produce them. Now, talking about the Arkship customization, you can customize your Arkships through 2 layers: systems and modules. Systems are your defensive components. There are 6 categories. The devs showed us the defense category, things like ancient suspension fields for shield hardening, crystal plating, and hardening components. I'm particularly curious about the aura emitters and colony support categories that haven't been revealed yet. Modules represent the offensive side plus additional functionality, 7 categories in total. In the utilities categories, we saw an advanced sensor array that unlocks deep scan, and what appears to be a habitation module similar to orbital rings, likely giving +1 maximum district on your Arkship. Components upgrade automatically when you research better technology, so no need for the manual retrofitting like juggernauts. Just research and your Arkship improves instantly. Upgrading your Arkship tier costs alloys and influence, plus the Arkship engineering technology at roughly tier 3 in tech cost. One note on the early game survivability though: the starting scientific Arkship is roughly cruiser level in defenses and painfully slow at 108 sublight speed, so anything that buffs sublight speed will be a priority. Talking about the Spinal Mounts, tier 3 Arkships can equip a single Spinal Mount, which is gonna be powerful late game installations described as mobile kilostructures. 2 are revealed so far. The Capital Shipyard gives +4 planet build queue capacity and +50% ship build speed. Essentially turns your Arkship into a mobile mega shipyard, extremely strong for rapid fleet production. The Subspace Imaging Array, a weakened sentry array that unlocks system-wide deep scans with higher success rate, plus the ability to discover previously undiscovered hyperlanes and wormholes. So the hyperlane discovery is potentially game-breaking, commanders. If you can reveal new connections between systems, you could bypass enemy chokepoints entirely, creating invasion routes that didn't exist before you scanned them. This needs more clarification from the devs, but the implications are enormous. Moving on to the fleet orders, there are 6 confirmed so far. The bombardment stands, build megastructure, confirming that Nomadic Empires can build megastructures, the question specialization is wear, fleet automation, survey, assignable to commanders for EXP, which is interesting, but no anomaly or rift research. You still need science ships for those, deep scan, and a Spinal Mount ability. Deep scan is the standout. It has a chance to reveal undetected resources, anomalies, or archaeology sites. It can be performed multiple times per location with diminishing returns. Scientific Arkships unlock it at tier 2, but any Arkship can access it through the advanced sensor array module. Logistic Ships are the nomadic replacement for construction ships, but with key differences. They collect resources from Waystations, construct new Waystations, conduct special projects, and have one classified action that the devs haven't revealed. They can build megastructures but not Arkships. Their maximum number is scaled through technologies and your Wayline amount, and each logistic ship carries an internal stockpile that transfers to your empire whenever it visits an Arkship, meaning that logistics actually matter now. You need your ships to physically return to base to deposit the resources. Good news for bio players though, biological ship sets are confirmed to be compatible with Nomadic Empires. You're not locked into mechanical ships. Waystations, they replaced mining stations and starbases as your resource collection infrastructure. They operate inside any territory, friendly or neutral. They have a station capacity similar to starbase capacity, and the devs mentioned the orbital rings and deep space citadels using 1 and 3 capacity respectively, which raises the questions of whether Nomadic Empires can build these structures on Waystations or Arkships. It is unconfirmed, but worth watching, because how do you build an orbital ring around an Arkship? The game change did tell though, Waystations they can cloak, and they cloak very well. The screenshot showed maximum level cloaking strength. You can secretly siphon resources from other empires' territory without them knowing. Galactic scale parasitism built into the game, how wonderful. When multiple stations are built in neighboring systems, they automatically form a Wayline. The entire chain appears as a single entry in the outliner with a dedicated UI. Waylines apply unique modifiers based on the installed modules, like +1% research sharing from agreements. If this stacks or scales with more Waystations, it could be extremely powerful. The devs confirmed that these modifiers depend on the Waystation modules, so expect more variety than what has been shown. The diplomatic layer though, Nomadic Empires can build Waystations in settled empires' territory without permission, so this hurts relations unless you have a Wayline pact. Without the pact, you're basically squatting on their resources. The biggest review though, 2 Nomadic Empires with neighboring Waylines can sign a Wayline pact that lets both benefit from each other's Wayline modifiers, and their Waylines propagate each other's bonuses. It's very strong, so Nomadic Empires synergize with each other rather than competing like Megacorp Empires sometimes do. In a multiplayer game with 2 Nomadic Empires, this could be extraordinarily strong. Finally, we have a good look at the Secret Path origin. It is pretty much a spiritualist exclusive origin for Nomadic Empires built around pilgrimage. Your ancestors left star charts marking sacred sites across the galaxy, and your empire is duty-bound to find them all. Your Arkship gets a unique district specialization, replacing standard civilian jobs with 3 roles: high pilgrims, elite clergy producing unity, devoted adepts, specialist researchers who also boost ship speed, a research and mobility combo that fits the nomadic team perfectly, faithful acolytes, basic workers and civilians keeping the economy running. Your first meaningful choice comes almost immediately, 5 days into the game. Your console asks whether you are following the pilgrimage out of faith or charting your own path. This early decision shapes which class benefits the most, so think about your planned playstyle before choosing. It's very interesting to see these ramifications because it always enables more diversification later on into the game. The Sacred Sites, the origin unfolds as a series of special projects. Each sacred site has a unique identity and poses a different question about faith and history. Without spoiling everything, the cradle is a site where your ancestors supposedly received divine guidance, but there is zero physical evidence. You can validate the faith anyway or accept the embellishment. The intelligence is an ancient AI that greets you if worship is enabled. Peace may now commence. You can venerate it, bring it aboard, or destroy it. After visiting all the sites, your empire faces the ultimate question: was any of it real? The ending shapes how your empire understands itself, a narrative payoff that few origins actually attempt. And finally, the devs gave us the full dev diary scheduled through late June. Next week covers the contracts, life on the Arkship, civilian Arkships, the planetary reprocessor Spinal Mount, mega structure for nomads, and the Forever Crew's origin. The release is targeted for June 15th, and I'll be covering every diary as they drop. So that's everything revealed about Nomadic Empires so far: Arkships, Waylines, Cloaked, Waystations, and a whole lot of stuff. This is the biggest mechanical addition to Stellaris since the 4.0 rework, and we are only seeing the first layer. If this breakdown helped you out, leave a like because it also helps me out a lot, and as always, Commanders, I'll see you guys next time.